single day. And without it, we would not survive. And that is true. We really need Jesus, His guidance, His word, His presence, every single day. Jesus is our daily bread, and He is also our daily compass to guide us through the choppy waters. And I like to think that Jesus is also our GPS, that the GPS of our souls that prevents us from taking the wrong road or the most packed road. I don't know about you, but I love my GPS and that the woman who lives inside it, because she helps me a lot. Sometimes, I have lived in a big city, actually in a gigantic city. I'm talking about more than 22 million people in the same area. So as it happens in every big city, there was traffic jam every single day. So I had to rely on my GPS. When I didn't listen to the GPS's voice, I ended up getting lost, and it took me much longer, hours longer to get to my destination. And that is true. Jesus is the GPS of our souls. We've got to rely on Him every single day, because He's always, trying to lead us, to guide us to the right path, to the path of our salvation. And there is another aspect that I would like to emphasize here. In verse 39, Jesus says, I will not lose anything or anyone that the Father has given me. And that's so powerful, because Jesus is telling us, even though we are still sinners, He will never give up on us. He will never give up on us. And sometimes not, always, Jesus is searching for His sheep, especially His lost sheep. He's always taking care of His flock. And we as Christians, as Catholics, we've got to do the same. We've got to reproduce the same behavior, the same pattern. We got to take care of the flock of the people that God has entrusted us to take care of. I know sometimes it's hard when you are fighting for someone and you do not see what you had hoped for. We tend to be discouraged. We tend to lose heart. But we got to follow Jesus' example, and we got to keep, fighting for our loved ones, for our flock, in order to bring them back to the path of salvation. Who is your flock? Who is your sheep? Maybe your daughter, your son, your wife, your husband, your parents, even your mother-in-law. We got to do our best to bring our flock, our sheep, back to God, back to the path of salvation. God will honor our efforts, and He will bless our family and our efforts. In my ministry as a priest, several times I've come across parents who have been fighting for their kids, for example, especially regarding addiction and depression and anxiety. And thank God for that. I've seen a lot of them overcoming it all together as a family. When they keep fighting together, when they stick together through prayer, love, and perseverance, I've seen them overcoming it all. Sometimes we just need to keep doing our best, keep praying, keep trying hard to bring them back to the Lord. And God will turn our scars into our testimony. I've seen a lot of people, they have gone through the valley, but they made it back to the mountaintop through the Lord's power. So we keep doing our best. We keep try to do our best to bring people back to the church, to the Lord, especially through prayer, because the Lord is good. He's our good